it's me, Bad B. I'm back. Today I had my oncology checkup. So last time she moved it to every 6 weeks. I have Herceptin this Thursday, so in 2 days. And it was supposed to be oncology checkup and then Herceptin, but my onc checkup got moved to today, which is kind of annoying because I had to take a day off work. It looks like everything went well. She printed out the histopathology for my oophorectomy, and it looks like everything was fine. Apparently I had a small cyst on my ovary, but it's pretty normal and common, so there was nothing wrong there. She also said that I have fewer Herceptins than I thought. So I thought I was on my 6th one, but turns out I'm on my 7th one, and I thought I had to do 18, but I only have to do 14, so I'm halfway there. So I should finish in 4 months or so that's pretty good. Really glad about that. I actually asked her if I could speed them up or have a stronger dose, but she said no. She's trying to get me a DEXA bone scan so that we know what the baseline is for my bone porosity, I guess. I've also got to have a echocardiogram again soon. I had one in December, so yeah, I'm due. She did a physical exam and everything looked good, and I was actually concerned. So I massage bio oil on my scars after I have a shower at night, but I noticed there was a little bump on one of my scars, and I was like, oh my god, I have another bump or lump. And then she's like, no, well, actually, there's no breast tissue there. It's just implant. It would just be scar tissue. So I was like, oh, thank God. So she was just kind of checking and said that if there was recurrence, it would be on my chest wall, which is up here. So my pecs and my lymph node area. She checked like my neck and stuff. Feeling good about that. I asked her if I could have the Signatera blood test. It's to check tumor DNA or cancer DNA or something like that. It's basically before you can find cancer in a tumor. It's not funded, so then I'd have to pay for it. We don't even do it because it was originally a bowel cancer thing, but they've kind of moved it to breast cancer, but I think it's still in its clinical stages. I don't know. Anyway, she said she'd look into that for me. She said I could start maybe running soon because it's been about 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks since my oophorectomy. And she's like, yeah, have you noticed anything? And I was like, yeah, look, I'm just like really emotional. Yeah, that's normal because we've only done 2 of the Zolidexes, and usually it's more gradual to go from up here to here. And I just went from up here to like 0. It should even out soon. I guess stay tuned for my Herceptin, my 7th Herceptin, not my 6th. My bad. I thought it was the 6th, but it's actually the 7th Herceptin. So it was scheduled for 1 o'clock. I got there at 5 to 1, but I ended up just waiting there half an hour in the waiting room. And it was packed. There were 4 chairs and all 4 chairs were taken. I was back in the main chemo room. I hadn't been in there for ages. Yeah, I got there and there was a new lady that I hadn't had before. She was nice, but kind of flighty, I guess, and just kept getting distracted constantly. I put on my EMLA at 12:30. Didn't end up getting hooked up until 1:45. It was kind of annoying. Oh, the EMLA is going to wear off. They always tell you to breathe in when they put it in or take it out because I don't know why, it just doesn't hurt. And she's like, no, keep breathing. And I'm like, no, I'd rather breathe in. Oh, she hooked me up, disappeared. There was a new, I guess, tea, coffee, snack person. I don't know where Marion went. She was always on the ball, but this woman, there was just no sense of urgency. She would just stroll in really slowly, stroll out, wouldn't ask people if they needed anything until they already had it. I asked this other girl for a sandwich, tomato and cheese, and she didn't have tomato and cheese. She had roast beef, cheese, tomato and chutney, or mushed chicken and mayo and cheese. I had that mushed chicken one. Kind of regret it. Was uneventful infusion. It was really hot that day. It was 38 degrees, and there was a guy there in kind of short shorts and didn't have his shirt on because he had a pick line. You could see like the arm rest part of the chair, and it just looked like he wasn't wearing any clothes. There's a trainee nurse who, the nurse I had, she's like, do you want to do a port, what did they call it? Taking out the needle. And then she's like, oh, I haven't done it before. It's just like, oh God. And she's like, oh, but do you mind? And I was like, no. It's like, oh, like she's got to learn. But it's like, oh, I really wish it wasn't on me. She's like, feel free to say no. It's like, I can't say no. You're like right there. I'm not letting you learn if I say no. Anyway, so she was kind of really slow and just kept kind of talking. It's like, just do it. Like she did it, but it wasn't one fluid motion. She was hissing around, took it out a little bit, and then it wouldn't, because it's pretty strong. She finally took it out. Kind of hurt because it took it out a little bit, left it, tried to take it out more, and it was just, oh, They almost forgot to flush it as well because they set up the needles, but they both forgot. When she was taking off the tegaderm, didn't hold it in place. So it was moving. Ugh. Went home, had a snack. Felt kind of hot and bothered, I guess. I went to work the next day. Was fine. 7 Herceptins down, 7 to go. So over it. I think I'm supposed to get my bloods done in 6 weeks. Stay tuned.